Oh,
morning.
Good. Wow, man.
Great.
You're warm.
Yeah. You're boiling.
Have a good one. You too.
It is way too cold to wear a t-shirt and this lifty's crushing it. All right. I'm here with Surui from Vancouver.
Hello.
And Surui, how you doing?
Good.
Surui contacted me. He's been following my YouTube channel. And he said that he would like to try a Stranda board, and he did that yesterday. He tried a tree surfer, and today he's trying a cheater. Tell me something about you.
Yeah, so I've just graduated from UBC, and right now I'm working in Pacific Border. It's a board shop down in Vancouver, and I'm also trying to get my little business running on the side. You know, getting some international trading stuff happening since I'm traveling between China and Canada pretty frequently.
Surui also told me that he's doing his own little reviewing thing on a Chinese social media platform.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. That's super cool.
Okay, so the platform is called Xiaohongshu or Red, and it's one of the most popular social media in China right now, I guess. And I've been doing reviews for about 2 to 3 seasons now. Since I got the perks from working in the shop, you know, I can contact the reps from brands and ask for boards to try. And I just thought it would be cool because most reviewers that I watched when I was learning, like Angry Snowboarder, Good Ride, or Snowboarding Profiles and people, are they only make stuff in English.
Yeah,
and
right.
Since the Chinese market is growing so fast, especially after the Winter Olympics, I figured that we could also have a good reviewer just out there, and I want to be that person.
So yesterday, the reason why we're doing this together today is basically Surui.
Surui, yes.
Oh damn, I struggle with your name, sorry. Surui posted a video on Instagram yesterday from him, of him riding the tree surfer. And I was like, dude, this guy can turn. This is so good. I want to follow him around. So once we get to the top of this chair, I'm just gonna point the camera at this guy. And
all right, see how I do on the first run.
Yes, that's the whole thing, spontaneity.
Oof, excited. Let's just feel the side cut first.
Let's go.
Wow, stable. I love the edge. Woo! Oh my God, so fast. Woo! Okay, there's a kid in front. Let's go run him. So fast that you don't feel a losing edge at all.
Right.
Woo. Nimble as well. Oh. Woo! Oh, my legs are burning. Woo!
First run on the cheater.
My legs are fire. Oh man. I miss riding longer boards. The way that you could pump it and the edge would just keep gripping, it's so good.
It's like, how do you perceive this? I know exactly what you mean, but there are so many people out there who are actually a little bit afraid of a longer board. Like, if you can't tip a board on edge and actually engage the edge, how do you feel about the longer edge? Like, what does it do to you?
All right. So longer edges, I see it like cars, like tires for cars. A lot of the race cars, if you look at them, or sports cars even, you see them more often on the street, they have really wide tires. Especially for the rear wheel drive cars, they have wider tires in the rear. Because to really perform, you have to keep that car on the ground.
Yeah.
And having a longer edge on a snowboard is like having a wider tire on your car.
Absolutely.
If you don't have enough edge to maintain that grip throughout the turns, you're not gonna perform. Because at one point you're gonna wash out because the edge doesn't provide enough grip anymore. and that could also be pretty dangerous. Right, you don't want you carving on, traversing the slope, and all of a sudden you lose your edge and you just like running straight into a tree.
Absolutely.
Not good.
Yeah, absolutely. That to me, it's a bit of a matter of. I feel confidence coming from this. I feel more connected, and I borderline feel like I'm surrounded by edge, rather than just having the edge underneath me.
Right.
And that sensation, you said like, oh, it's nice to pump this board. Well, it's because for your fore-aft movement, when you pump the board, you have so much
space
surface,
to move around.
Right? Like, yeah, it's really, really cool. Do you find it like you are just ripping instantly, and you are a good snowboarder? So let's just think of people who are, just mediocre.
I think for people who aren't too comfortable on edge, it might be better to practice first on a regular sized board.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to take your game a little bit higher level, getting a longer board with longer edge is probably the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. We just did Lower Sibridge, which in Fernie is a medium kind of pitch, and for other resorts, I think that would be considered a rather steep pitch. There's also not that much space width-wise, and you are absolutely hammering down that hill. you have a pretty Asian-inspired style. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of videos of the Japanese riders because I think East Asia carving style is a lot different from the Alpine hardwood inspired style out in the West. And so we do a lot of softwood carving, and watching those videos and watching my own videos, analyzing and tweaking little things here and there, I definitely have a lot of influence from the Japanese kind of style.
Cool. What did you just say about East and West? That's interesting.
Yeah, so I think in the West, a lot of the free carving world came from the Alpine snowboarding, when you are riding posi and doing a lot of hard booting stuff. And that's how your style kind of came from.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, because I started learning in duck descents,
yeah,
and what I learned from the Japanese riders are partially posi, partially duck-footed, and I guess it also has something to do with the snow quality back in Japan. So the style is just different. Japanese people are more, more flowy and more creative in the way that they push the board.
Yeah,
while
agree.
The Western style feels more like I'm just looking for the grip, the stability throughout my turns.
Very true. Very true.
And honestly, I think Japanese style looks more fancy.
I agree.
Because you're moving so many body parts.
Yeah, I agree. Although, honestly, like I can appreciate anyone who rides a clean turn. People always put me into this drawer of like, ooh, he's preaching about double posi. Yes, I am, because I do believe it's, as I said earlier in other videos, it's more efficient in your heel turn. I'm not saying it's not possible to do it in duck, but pointing your hip forward helps with rotation through the heel turn, and I think that's an important element.
Definitely, I agree with that.
I can appreciate anyone. Like, I can appreciate what Ryan Neptune does just as much as what Kento is doing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, that's just crazy. That guy's riding 42 degrees on the front foot and something, I believe, in the 30s on
the back 39, I think. 36 or 39.
That is just crazy that he does like all these spins and rides switch. But that's a really good point that you're pointing out. I feel like in his particular riding, I feel like it's very aggressive. Like the riding is insanely aggressive. Mm-hmm. I always wonder how long he rides per day, whether he actually does this for 3 hours.
Oh, that'll burn the legs out, man.
I can't imagine that. It's so gnarly. And then you watch some of the Gentem crew, like some Niseko type turning.
Yeah.
And it's just the opposite. Like they have the same grip, but they look effortless and they look like they're not trying to ram the edge in. They're just like flowing. And my personal take is I'm trying to be in between. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is a little bit funny maybe, like soul-wise, my heart and soul feel closer to the Japanese thing. But I do definitely have a bit of an alpine idea, a European alpine idea of carving. So I'm trying to mix this a little bit. My technique may be more Euro inspired, but I think my approach to the mountain, I'm trying to use the terrain and flow through the terrain.
Yeah. It's really funny to see the difference between different systems, we could call them, because before coming here I was a big white and I just got my the Cassie carving instructor pin.
Oh, cool.
So I got to see how Cassie, the Canadian instructor system facing the public, sees carving.
Very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
So just comparing and picking out the things you like in different systems, put them together and make your own style of it. I think it's a key point in getting better in carving, honestly.
I couldn't agree more. Super important. I think it's important for everything. After all, there's always personal preference, and there's always something like, this goes better with my body. And I think having an open mind looking at everything is super important.
Definitely.
Okay, so where are you going from Fernie? What's next?
Kimberley, and then going to Panorama, Kicking Horse, Ravi's, and some peaks.
Perfect. The Powder Highway.
Yep.
And what are you doing? You're carving. Jesus Christ.
The envy.
That's how it goes. Okay, so since I am a Stranda ambassador and you reached out to try a Stranda, I need to bring it back to this for 1 second.
All right.
Very simple question. Would you ever buy a Stranda?
I will definitely buy a Stranda. In fact, I think I might buy two.
What's your general vibe, your general like first impression of Tree Surfer and Cheater?
Tree Surfer is it's got the nice medium side cut that you want for like a resort riding style, and I just enjoy how much effective edge it has from near the nose to all the way to the tail, and how supportive that tail is. A lot of the split tails aren't supportive. You get washed out on the tail if you put too much force on it.
I completely
agree. But this one's supportive. And I could definitely feel how it floats through the little powder pockets that I went through. And for me, it looks like a perfect board for just daily riding in the resort if you don't ride switch that much, honestly.
Yeah.
And it carves like a dream.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. And Cheater.
And then the Cheater is
3 runs in.
Yeah, there is amazing grip on the edge, and the width, I don't know what's going on with it, but it actually feels a little wider underfoot than what it says on paper.
Yeah.
I didn't get that much boot out because normally on the 26 I might boot out a little bit if I'm tilting this super hard, but this one didn't.
I think that goes back to torsional stiffness probably.
If I didn't twist it that much, not too easy to boot out on it. And I mean, the grip is just amazing. The base was fast, and the board looks sick. I would love to add it to my quiver.
We're winning. Hey, so good to ride with you. Let's keep doing this for a bit. Safe travels.
Thanks.
Take care. And where do we follow you on Instagram?
On Instagram is ppz/SIRUI. That's my Instagram account.
Perfect. I'll put this in the notes.
And if you
comments.
are on 小红书 or Red, the 小红书账号 is OMG 雪人。单板装备知识, you can follow me on there as well. I know since TikTok is getting banned in the US, a lot of people are actually running to that platform.
Yeah.
They think it's like a alternative TikTok-ish thing.
Yeah.
So
cool, man. Hey, thank you so much for coming out. I'm loving this. Take care.
All right.
Bye.